Web design and development is your class. Practice website. So you spent a lot of time on HTML. You spent the last 2 weeks on Dreamweaver, and Professor teaches Dreamweaver. Some of you have not completed all of those exercises. They're available to you to do anytime you want. But this one's called Buffalo Trading Post. And so to lead into this, this is what you would typically do if you're going to do websites, is you're going to do them for someone else. Now sometimes people like to make them for themselves, but a lot of times you're going to have friends, neighbors, that once they find out you have a skill, that you can do this, they might ask you, hey, how about doing some work on my website? And this is an example of working for someone else. So this is a sample client website. Let's go forward. All right, so this should work. There we go. All right, so before you start, and I'm going to go through, this is going to be an overview. I'm going to do an overview of the entire project. That's why I wanted you up here. I don't want you interacting with anything. I just want you to watch, listen, and let me go through this so that you know what this whole project is going to kind of look like in an overview. Then we're going to go back and we're going to do some of these startup pieces that you see early on in here. So before you start, you create the file structure for the practice website. You go to Start Computer. Then you're going to navigate to your U drive. You're going to create a folder called Buffalo Trading. Inside that folder, you're going to create another folder called Images. You've already done these kinds of things before, so this shouldn't be hard to do. Transfer all of the files. You have not done this. We're going to transfer a set of data files from the Buffalo Trading activity files on the shared folder that are on Blackboard, and they're also in the shared folder. So I have them in two places. The U drive with Buffalo Trading, and inside that is Images. And then there's the shared folder. This is where, it's got K because I'm logged in here as my illustration, but the shared folder, Lab 219, Web Design, and in there's a Buffalo Trading Post data files folder, and in there are all these files. So there's 2 Word documents, there's a couple HTML files, and there's some graphics, okay? So when you copy all of those in, you'll copy them into the U drive, into the Buffalo Trading, then you have to transfer these images into the Images folder. All right, so you're going to launch Dreamweaver, create a new blank page, and then set site definitions. These are the first steps you have to do anytime you build a new website. So the site name is going to be Buffalo Trading, and it is case sensitive, so capital B or T, and if you don't do that, it's not a big deal. But it helps to identify the names, no spaces. Okay, there's going to be the Buffalo Trading location where it's going to be, and the images will go there. So you define all of that up front. And there's what it looks like when you get into the site definitions piece, which you've already done. Okay, here's the scenario. This is the company that you're working for. Buffalo Trading Post, abbreviated BTP, the acronym. You'll see that throughout this lesson, is a regional retail clothing business that specializes in buying, selling, and trading used clothing. The president of the company, Nicole Byrne, hired you to lead the website development team. Now you're each individually doing this, there's no group work. Nicole wants you to prepare a plan for the BTP's website and then create the homepage. So this is your starting part of this. As you finished your first meeting with the website development team, you agreed that in addition to the home page, the site should include 5 more pages, and here they are: the who, how, what, about, and contact. So those are the pages that you're going to have on this website. She asked you to begin your work by developing a website plan of the website itself and the home page. All right, so here's the first activity. So once we get the file structure set, you get the site definitions, and you begin working on this, really you have to do your website plan and then the home page. So we'll start with the diagram. Now you did this a long time ago when we were back even in the early going of HTML. We had little index cards, remember, and you spread them around and you actually did a flow chart. So we're going to do a diagram flow chart again. You should use the PowerPoint template that you used earlier in the course. You could open the one you had and just edit it, or you can open the template that I put up there that's on Blackboard and print out the PowerPoint website diagram. Here's a sample. I don't have any specifics. You would replace page 1, 2, 3 with specifics, you know, like who, what, where, that kind of thing. But this just shows you an example of what a diagram would look like. All right, and then you create the home page. Save the home page as index.html. And index is the, when you search on an internet website, the index is always the home page. So you realize it's the home page, but you're going to call it index. You preview it in a browser, and then you print that from the browser view. Submit both the website diagram and the home page when it's finished. This is kind of a sample of what the home page would look like. Now that's rather bland, and I'm going to tell you right now at the outset of this that I'm going to allow you, being for the class and that purpose, I want you to use some creativity in developing the website. I'm going to give you prescribed things that you have to include, so you have to show those, prove that you can do those, but you can also do more. So there's a creativity element of this as well. As an example, this link bar at the top. If you want to do some things that you've learned, if you want to create rollover buttons for the who, how, what, about us, and contact, you can do that, rather than just having interactive text. Scenario 2. Nicole Byrne and her sales staff receive approximately 50 phone calls each day from potential customers. To serve these customers better, Nicole wants to add a how page to the website that describes the company's procedures for trading and selling clothes. Nicole and the sales staff agree that one page should contain sections entitled Frequently Asked Questions, How It Works, to describe the process of buying and selling the clothes. They also want a Choose to Reuse section that will describe Buffalo's overall commitment to reselling reusable materials. Nicole created this how page and wants you to add it to the website. So that's why you notice that there was a how.htm in that folder, so it's already there as a starting point. She also created a who page that describes the history and philosophy of the business. After importing these pages, you will add logos, other graphics, hyperlinks, and features to enhance the overall appearance of that website. There's an example of what the who would look like. Once again, very plain. And you can spice that up by adding other kinds of elements. You could put background images, graphics, and so forth. 3. Nicole Byrne, president of Buffalo Trading Post, wants you to format the how page so it's easy to navigate. She knows that the content of the what page is missing and the about page has not been added to the site. She will assign the creation of these pages to an associate and ask her to send you the files later. For now, you will note these problems to ensure their future completion. So this is the kind of thing that would happen during the development process. You would be communicating back with the company or with the client, and you would be getting more information throughout. And there's an example of what the how page would look like. Owner of the Trading Post has decided that a list of the current top selling items would be a great addition to the website. There are 3 main areas of interest: women's clothing, children's clothing, and accessories. Notice that men are lacking here. So this is the nature of the business that she has. Your assignment is to create the what page that include these topics, and there's kind of an example. All right. Detailed instructions of how to do that are in a handout that I'm giving you. This is an overview, remember? Scenario 5. In order to have all information included on the Buffalo Trading Post website, Nicole has asked you to create the final 2 pages and complete all hyperlinks for the working website. So the About Us page, the Contact Us page, information to be included on these pages have been sent to you by one of the representatives. And here's the About page, and here's the Contact Us page. So the content that's in there is given to you, provided to you, but you can splash it up or make it better looking. Submitting for final grade, be sure that you check all links on your website for accuracy, so you want to make sure you check every link on every page. After completing all activities in this practice website, print out the practice website evaluation rubric. You'd go through a self-assessment process. There's a 1 to 10 rating right in here, 1 to 10 rating for each category of the construction of the website, and you turn that in. Today's objective, now that we'll break here, today's objective is you're going to create the file structure on your U drive first with Buffalo Trading and Images, and you're going to copy the student data files from the U drive or from Blackboard, wherever you choose to do that, into those folders. Then start Dreamweaver, Buffalo Trading Post website, and set the site definitions. Begin activity 1, which is the website flowchart. That should be fairly simple since there's only a total of 6 pages, one being the home and 5 subpages. But you might choose to do some things differently, especially on the what page, where they have the different categories, the women's clothing, children's clothing, and accessories. You might want to create sub-child pages or sub-pages underneath those per category. I'm going to allow that to be one of your choices. And then you do the home page. So that's all that I have from an overview. Now, what I'd like you to do is go back to your seats, then I'm going to come around and pass out your instructions, which are much more detailed to follow through.